Welcome back. Today we're making bean and bacon soup. The first thing I'm going to do is turn my stove on to medium-high heat, and I'm going to cook 1 pound of bacon. I have cut the bacon in half so it's smaller pieces, and I'm going to cook this until just cooked. I don't want it cooked crisp. I like my bacon that I'm going to eat like on a sandwich or for breakfast. I like it crisp. For this soup though, I like to keep it a little bit soft. So I'm going to check it every couple of minutes and stir it. I just want to make sure it's evenly cooked. And I want to render out that delicious bacon fat because that's definitely going to play into the soup later on. And once I've got it cooked to just cooked, not, like I said, not crispy, but just cooked, I'm going to go ahead and remove it from my pot. I'm going to drain it on some paper towels. And then once I've got that drained, I'm going to add to it a 12-ounce bag of mirepoix. I know I'm saying it wrong. Vegetables. It's diced carrots, onions, and celery. And I'm going to give this a stir. And I'll let this cook for 2 to 3 minutes until the vegetables are just getting soft. And when it's soft, I'm going to go ahead and add the bacon back. And I'm going to, once I've got the bacon added, I'm going to add my beans. I'm using Great Northern beans. You can cook yourself your own from dry beans, but I just find it's easier to use the canned beans. I will occasionally use the dry ones and cook them myself, but generally I'll use canned beans. Now I am going to add to that 6 cups of beans, a teaspoon of pepper, and about a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to give this a quick stir. And once I have that stirred, I'm going to add to that chicken broth. And I'm going to add a second can. And once I've got that second can, which will be 4 cups, I'm going to add 8 ounces of tomato sauce. Just regular plain tomato sauce. And once I've got that added, I'm going to give it a nice stir. And I'm going to put the lid back on it, and I'm going to let this come to a nice boil. Now, you can continue to cook this on the stovetop if you'd like and serve it straight from there, or you can put it in the crock pot, whichever one you prefer to do. Now, I did do it in the crock pot because I was making it ahead of time and I wanted it to be ready because this was for a meal that I catered. And so I went ahead and poured it in my crock pot. And I would normally cook it on low, but I went ahead and put it on high because I made it just a few hours before we served it. So if you cook it on low, I would cook it on low 6 to 8 hours. On high, I'd do 2 to 4 hours. And that's it. It's quick, it's easy, it's cheap, and it's delicious. Thank you for watching. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me in the future, hit that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to post 1 to 2 videos a week along with an update every 2 to 3 weeks. So I love soup. I've talked about that before. I'm a big fan of soup. I like to freeze it and eat it later on. And like a lot of times I'll freeze it in lunch-size portions for me to take for a quick lunch. But I'm definitely a connoisseur of soups. One of my childhood memories is eating bean soup with cornbread and fried potatoes with onions. Now, I don't remember her ever putting ham in it. She probably didn't because we didn't have any money. We ate a lot of very frugal foods that stretched. There's foods that I ate as a kid that make me gag to think about now. But beans and cornbread are definitely something I like. I don't make it very often because nobody else in my house likes it. Occasionally I'll eat the canned bean and bacon soup from Campbell's, which is really good, but I prefer it homemade. But I made this one night for a meal that I catered, and we'll often have 2 different kinds of soup if I do soup. I made this soup, and I also made a cheesy vegetable chowder. I had to think of how it was called. I also made a honey jalapeno cornbread to go with this. It's very, very good. There was nothing left over. So I was kind of sad because I didn't have anything left for my lunch the next day. But it's always a compliment to me when people eat everything I make. But definitely, this is a good stick to your ribs meal. It's easy, it's inexpensive. Now you can use beans that you've already, dried beans that you've prepared. I just like to use the canned beans because I think they're just easier. But that's about it. So if you want to tell me down below what your favorite soup is, let me know because I'd be interested in trying it or making a video on it. I think that's about all for now. I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, not every day is good, but there's always something good in every day. And I'll see you next time.